I am fascinated by performance and success in terms of the essence of it. And how do you get there? Not that there's a magic formula, you know, but what can we understand about it?
Yeah. No, it's this sort of perennially interesting question. And there are so many different answers depending on who you ask and when you ask them. And that's why we keep returning to it. If it was some little simple algorithm we could apply, it wouldn't capture our imagination in the same way.
These overnight successes aren't overnight successes at all.
Yeah. We sometimes look at people and we think that they must have this great innate talent, and we forget the enormous amount of work that went into what looks like genius.
When you put forth effort, you get reward. When you throw your heart and mind and soul into something, you get something back. I call that notion, that belief that effort brings reward, meaningful work. And when you look at the lives of people who are really successful, what you see over and over again is this idea of meaningful work is embedded in their consciousness.
A group of really brilliant psychologists in the field of expertise research have sat down and tried to figure out how long do you have to work at something before you become really good, right? And the answer seems to be, it's an extraordinarily consistent answer in an incredible number of fields, and that is you need to have practiced, to have apprenticed for 10,000 hours before you get good. So every great classical composer, without exception, composes for at least 10 years before they write their masterwork. That magic number of 10,000 hours, what that says is the first in a cohort to reach 10,000 hours has a huge advantage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles! The most interesting thing about the Beatles is what happened to them before they came to America. They were invited to go to Hamburg in Germany to be the house band at a strip club. And they went there and they stayed there for months on end. And 7 days a week, they played 8-hour sets, night after night in this strip club. And over the course of that extraordinary crucible, that experience of playing, they taught themselves how to be a great band. So what made the Beatles special? What made them special is that they were willing to play together 1,200 times, willing to play 8-hour sets 7 nights a week, 4 months at a stretch. And why were they willing? Because they believed in the notion of meaningful work. They had an opportunity to throw their heart and mind into something and get something back.
The term that expertise researchers use is deliberate practice. That is to say, focused, intensive practice with an eye to zeroing in on your failures and addressing them, your weaknesses. I can outwork you. I may not be able to outspend you, but I can outwork you. Well, outworking is a tall order. It's not easy to do.
It's the part of the show where it all fades away, when the lights go to black and the band leaves the stage. And you wanted an encore, but there's no encore today, because the moment is now, can't get it back from the grave.